Steve Pickett on the ground.
He is on the ground there outside the school. Tell us, Steve, what it's like where you are.
Yeah, to provide some clarity for you guys regarding this, just outside this high school, as you can see the large gathering of police, other authorities right here in the front entrance of Wilmer-Hutchins High. I actually spoke with a 15-year-old student, her mother with her mother was picking her up. She was on the floor, what they call Hall A, where this shooting happened. It was indeed, according to this student, she heard multiple gunshots. Immediately, she said, students in her classroom, including herself, started running from that classroom as a result of that gunfire. According to this student, she told me that another student was shot in the leg. That was the early indication that we have also from an individual I spoke with the school system, that there was at least one gunman with a weapon inside that shot another student in the leg. Again, still waiting on confirmation from it. But as the process continues, as you know, this kind of response, when you have this kind of level of gun violence at a school, this is what you get. And so there was an immediate response, heavy response, and then the process of getting these kids out of this school. I was told by this student that they were rushed to the stadium area initially, where the football stadium is, started in that particular location is our understanding. But again, according to the student, at least one person shot. The response here at this point, guys, from what we can tell, is just to make sure that there's no other danger inside this campus, and there's no indication at this point that there is.
So, Steve, according to this student, as you mentioned, that this did happen inside perhaps one of the hallways there, Hall A, you mentioned, multiple shots fired that they heard. So someone would have had to have gotten a gun through the metal detectors.
I asked the student, Karen, this morning, did she walk through metal detectors this morning as school started, and her answer was yes, she did. So suffice it to say, that is obviously one question. If those metal detectors were in use, how anyone could have gotten a weapon inside this campus. As you may know, this is not the first shooting here at Wilmer-Hutchins. We were here about a year ago or so, same circumstance, same situation, if you will. And so there obviously needs a lot of those answers. At this juncture, according to this student, and she's the only one literally on the ground that I've spoken with, along with her parent, she says, yes, she heard these gunshots, she said. She believed it was in the classroom or the hallway right next to her. Immediately, many of those students started running from her classroom. There was some semblance of order once most of the kids in this building, there were approximately 900 students here at Wilmer-Hutchins, were processed out of the campus for safety's sake. And again, as you can see behind us, the process still continues with law enforcement here, trying to figure out exactly what happened and if it is, quote unquote, all clear as it stands now.
Steve, we're taking a live look, Steve, of the students that had evacuated over to the stadium that you were talking about. They're sitting up in the bleachers. I'm just curious, you may or may not have gotten any information. Do we know what the plan is at this point, or have you heard anything as to a possible reunification and what those details might be, Steve?
My understanding is that parents are being told to go to the Wilmer-Hutchins Elementary School for a reunification process. Okay. But I can tell you, I have watched parents come through here. Actually, the school district and those law enforcement here are allowing cars. You can actually see, Doug, show the line of cars that are set up here. They are allowing parents to actually drive through here and go to that stadium and get reacquainted, presumably, with students. And that's how I found the student I spoke with, literally with her parent walking away from the school, from the campus, once she was partnered with her parent. And so we have seen that process. When I drove up here, frankly, I was in my own vehicle. They thought I was a parent. They were going to let me through. And once they realized I was media, I was detained. I was stopped. So again, I can tell you that from that process, we had heard that the unification process would be at the elementary school here. But as you saw from those images, there are still several students there at the stadium.
Yeah, it's quite a few.
And Steve, we wanted to let you get back to reporting on this, to going out and interviewing people. But when you spoke with that student and her parent, did you hear from the parent at all? Because last year we spoke with folks and they were so frustrated, so angry about the fact that someone had gotten a gun into the school. The fact that it's happened literally just over 1 year later, almost to the day. I'm wondering at the sense of frustration that some of these parents might be feeling.
You know, it's a great question, but I did not get that sense from this parent at all. I think this parent was satisfied and happy, frankly, that she had access to her child, her 15-year-old. They were able to get away from the campus, and they were fine. They were happy and to talk with me about what she saw and what she heard, and they went about their way. And that's what we've seen here for the most part just to the north of the entrance of the school, is that some parents have been able to get with their students, and they're simply just walking away. We don't get a real sense of urgency or people being frustrated or upset about the process itself or how long it took. That may indeed come. Right now the focus is what happened here, making sure that there's still no other danger inside the school right now.
Steve Pickett live for us down there on the ground outside of Wilmer-Hutchins High School. Steve, thank you so much for bringing us up to date.